We know more about the surface of Mars than we do about the bottom of our own ocean. 95% of the world's waters remain unexplored, unseen, untouched by light. It is a world of absolute darkness, crushing pressure and silence, or so we thought. In the summer of 1997, deep in the southern Pacific, something broke that silence. It wasn't a submarine, it wasn't a bomb, it wasn't a whale. It was a sound so loud, so powerful, that it was detected by sensors over 3,000 miles apart. Scientists called it the Bloop. And when they analyzed the audio profile, the terror truly began. Because the signature didn't look like rocks shifting. It looked biological. It looked like a voice. If this sound came from a living creature, that creature would be the largest thing to ever exist in the history of this planet. And it is still down there, waiting. To understand the Bloop, we have to go back to the Cold War. In the 1960s, the United States Navy built a top-secret network of underwater microphones called SOSUS. Their purpose was simple: to track Soviet nuclear submarines moving silently in the deep. These hydrophones were incredibly sensitive. They could hear a propeller turning from an ocean away. But after the Cold War ended, these ears were turned over to science, to the NOAA. They started listening to earthquakes, volcanoes, and whales. Until 1997. Sensors located off the coast of South America picked up an ultra-low frequency sound. It rose rapidly in frequency and lasted for about 1 minute. This wasn't a short snap, like a bomb. It was a long, groaning roar. The sensors at Point Nemo, the most isolated place on Earth, picked it up loudest. Dr. Christopher Fox, a scientist at NOAA, didn't know what he was looking at. He ruled out man-made origins immediately. Submarines and torpedoes don't sound like this. He ruled out volcanoes. There was only one category left. Let's talk about scale. The blue whale is the largest animal known to man. It grows up to 100 feet long. Its call can reach 188 decibels. It is louder than a jet engine. Under the right conditions, a blue whale can be heard across an ocean. But the Bloop dwarfed the blue whale. Based on the distance the sound traveled and the intensity at the source, whatever made the Bloop was not 100 feet long. Calculations suggest the source would have to be over 250, maybe 300 feet long. Furthermore, the audio profile, the way the sound wave fluctuated, mimicked the qualities of a living vocalization. It had the variation of a voice, not the friction of rock grinding on rock. Cryptozoologists immediately pointed to the location, Point Nemo. The exact location H.P. Lovecraft chose for his sunken city of Earlia, the home of Cthulhu. Was it a coincidence, or did Lovecraft know something we didn't? For years, the biological theory was the leading explanation. The ocean was hiding a leviathan. But then, the narrative changed. Years later, the NOAA released a statement. They claimed to have solved the mystery. They said the Bloop wasn't a monster. It was ice. Specifically, an icequake. The theory is that a massive shelf of ice in Antarctica fractured and broke away. The cracking and grinding of billions of tons of ice created a sound profile similar to the Bloop. And yes, icequakes are incredibly loud. Case closed? Not exactly. Many independent researchers aren't convinced. If it was just ice, why was the sound profile so organic? Why did it sound less like a fracture and more like a call? And why did it happen only once, with such specific intensity, and never again in the same way? Is it possible the NOAA simply wanted to calm the panic? to hide the fact that we share our planet with something godlike. The bloop isn't the only anomaly. The ocean is screaming at us, and we are barely listening. There is Julia, a sound recorded in 1999. It sounded like a woman cooing, but it was loud enough to be heard across the entire equatorial Pacific. Was that ice too? Then there is the upsweep, a sound that has been present since we started listening in 1991. It consists of a long train of narrow-band upsweeping sounds. It happens seasonally, like a migration or a heartbeat. The deeper we go, the more we realize that the abyss is not empty. It is crowded. We search for aliens in the stars, ignoring the alien world beneath our boat. Maybe the bloop was ice. Or maybe, in 1997, something in the deep woke up, stretched, and went back to sleep. If a creature that size exists, what does it eat? Where does it hide? And when will it wake up again? The ocean covers 70% of our planet. It is 36,000 feet deep in places. We are just guests floating on the surface tension of a world that does not belong to us. This is the Unknown Archives. Stay safe and stay out of the water.